What's good, y'all? Welcome back. And welcome back to yet another video, y'all. How y'all doing today? So we're gonna be discussing the championship. Right? We're gonna be discussing the championship, but more specifically the tracks. The tracks that should be the finale instead of Phoenix. Because let me be clear with y'all. I don't like Phoenix as the last track of the season. I don't like being the championship track. I've never been a fan of it. Never been a fan of it. Ever since 2020, I always hated that decision. Phoenix? Actually, when it was announced the year before, I think, right? Or was it 2 years before? I think, right? I don't remember how long ago it was, but I remember it being announced, and I always hated it. I've never liked it. I've never liked that decision. That decision was always weak as I don't know what to me. And I just never respected that decision. Like, what do you mean Phoenix is going to be replacing Homestead? You know, the idea of rotating championship tracks, that's fine, right? I think that's fine. But at the same time, what kind of tracks are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Talladega and Watkins Glen being part of that rotation. I think we got a problem because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think we should have road courses as the finale track. I definitely don't think a road course, because you have all these road course specialists that come out the blue, you know, for these races, which I'm not complaining about, and they can easily interrupt something, I don't know, something more important, you know, if you will, and that's the championship race. That's the championship battle. And super speedways, plate tracks, you know, like Atlanta, Daytona, and Talladega, those three tracks I feel like are too unpredictable for a championship deciding event. Absolutely not. And NASCAR will do it one day, knowing them, but I don't think that that's necessary. Absolutely not. It shouldn't happen at all. So yeah, I don't think that should be the case. Absolutely not Phoenix. Phoenix, I'm gonna be real with y'all, has not really been the most entertaining track in all three series. Xfinity puts on the best show there, I will say. Like, that race that they had there in 2022 actually stands out to me as like a really good Phoenix race. In the Xfinity series, they always do a great job when it comes to their racing. So, you know, I don't think that's a surprise there. But the Cup series, bro, I mean, they can have okay shows, but nothing ever is like, that was a great race. That was a great race. I don't even remember the last time I said that about a Phoenix race. Like, that was an amazing race. You know what I'm saying? I can say that about Charlotte. I can say that about Talladega. Like, I'm talking about, like, races I can say are great races in the past. I'm not even saying, you know, I'm just saying in general. Like, I love a good Watkins Glen race. I love a good Kansas race. Like, I'm naming tracks that I feel like that, has had some great races in the past. But I think the perfect kind of tracks to really make your finale tracks are, I would say, 1.5 mile tracks. You know what I'm saying? I think 1.5 mile tracks really is the most fair in terms of championship, you know, tracks. Especially with this format that just decides the championship off of one race alone. I think 1.5 mile will be the most fair. And with this car, I would definitely say these few tracks should definitely be the finale, or at least rotate these few tracks. Charlotte has been so fire in terms of their races lately. I'm not gonna cap. They have been so fire, and we could ditch the Roval. I'm gonna keep it a buck. The Roval just, it's kind of stale now. You know, it's been around for more than half a decade now, which is actually crazy to think about. It's been around for a while. I think that we will be fine if we did something else, and that is go back to the oval. You know what I'm saying? The Bank of America 400. You know what I'm saying? Real ones remember that. Real ones definitely remember the Bank of America 400. And that was the oval race that was in the chase for Charlotte. And I definitely feel like that we could go back to that. And if we can make that the finale, I would not be mad at it. Absolutely not. I would not be mad at it. That track is very nice. I like it. And it's a home track of mine. You know, it's 2 hours away, but it's close. But technically, Martinsville is closer to me than ever. But I don't think Martinsville needs to be the finale, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't think so. I feel like 1.5 miles, like I just said. Another track will be Kansas. Kansas is amazing in terms of their racing in all three series. In all three series, Kansas does an amazing job. Same thing with Charlotte. All three series does great at that track as well. Especially Xfinity. Xfinity had a great race last year, let me tell you, at Charlotte. But if we're going back to Kansas, right? Kansas is easily a top 3 track in NASCAR right now. Top 3 track. I don't know what they did. I think it's the progressive banking, the repay that they did back in, what was it, 2015, 14, maybe 13, right? They did an excellent job taking care of that track, and I think that track has literally earned a spot at being a championship track because it's much better than Phoenix. Same thing with Charlotte. Just all these tracks are much better than Phoenix. I'm gonna just keep it a buck because Kansas does its job on a yearly basis. And Charlotte, bro, the next gen, the the Coca-Cola 600, great race nowadays. With the Gen 6, bro, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Oh my God, the Coke 600 just wasn't really hitting on nothing. 2019 was all right. Even 2020 was all right. Nah, 2020 was boring. 2020 was boring. Oh man, but other than that, yeah, the Gen 6, yeah, that car did not perform. But hey, let me get off Charlotte right quick. But yeah, Kansas goes crazy, especially and it has the closest finish in NASCAR history as well. Oh yeah, Kansas can definitely do his job. I could definitely see that being a fantastic track to even to put on the schedule for the finale. Vegas ain't really that good. You know what I'm saying? Vegas ain't really that good. No, like it's not. Vegas isn't that good compared to the other tracks I just named at all the mile and a half, which is weird. But it's definitely a good finale track. It definitely is, because the racing isn't bad there, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like that the racing there would be lit. It would be lit for a finale track. I definitely feel like that. It would definitely be lit. I would definitely enjoy it, and I think we will have a fire time there, especially with all the festivities that's around, bro. Woo! Bro, whoever wins that championship is going to go on a spending spree in Vegas. Absolutely. So, yeah, I think Vegas could definitely be a good finale track. Definitely. Not as good as Kansas. And even Charlotte's better than that track. But I definitely feel like that Vegas would be fire of a championship track. And if, this other mile and a half too. I would never put Texas as the finale track. Texas, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I don't know if y'all have seen it or not. But I definitely feel like that Texas has gotten better as a track. Not by a lot, but it's gotten better. It still has chaos. And yeah, it just kind of doesn't really... Texas is missing something. It really is. That was a bad track for a long time. And I'm going to be honest with you. That was a terrible track. It has flashes here and there, but it was a bad track for a while. Xfinity does the best job at that track, if I can say that. Xfinity does a great job at that track. It does a great job at, it does a much better job at racing than the Cup Series. But the Cup Series, it seems like they've gotten better there. I'm going to be honest. It seems like they've gotten a bit better there at that track. But I would never make that the championship track. Fix turns 1 and 2, then you might have an argument. But yeah, Texas, bro. Like I just said, they've gotten better. Xfinity puts on good shows, puts on decent shows there. We saw a close finish this year, a nice battle between Sam Mayer and Ryan Sieg. That track, bro, I don't know if nobody else sees it, but I definitely see it. I see that track has potential. Don't bulldoze it like people have been saying. Don't do that. But that's a... Nah, I would not make that a finale. No, I wouldn't. Let me see. Atlanta's still a mile and a half, but it's a plate track. No, I would never make that a finale. No, I wouldn't. I would not. If NASCAR can get their short track package together, bro, that Auto Club reconfiguration that they're working on could definitely work as a finale track. And even potentially North Wilkesboro, but nah, NASCAR on short tracks just ain't really hitting the same like they used to. Not really. Martinsville was good last year, but the reason why I just said I would not make that finale track is because, bro, short tracks are just, they're just not good nowadays, bro. They're not that good. You know, if they were good, you can maybe make an argument for Martinsville. But Martinsville, these drivers are dirties. I don't know what now. Like, I could definitely see that being a championship track. It could definitely backfire. And I mean, backfire. But yeah, Bristol, yeah, these tracks just aren't really that hit no more. Now in the lower series, these tracks are much better. But bro, in Cup, NASCAR got some work to do. And I would definitely see if North Wilkesboro could definitely be a finale track, potentially, if that short track package was together. I don't know why. Martinsville is definitely better. Same thing with Bristol, but there's something about North Wilkesboro I'm like, you know what? I would love to see what they can do. But the last track I would definitely say should be in the finale, or at least rotated, is Homestead. Bro, let me be real with y'all. I'm already rambling a lot right now. But Homestead Miami Speedway, I love that track. I love that track. I really do. I love that track so much. And I would love to see it be the finale. And I will not mind if it just stayed there for the next 20, 30 years till I die. You know what I'm saying? To the foreseeable future. I love Homestead. I think Homestead as the finale really worked. I really think so. It definitely worked for me. Homestead is an easily gem of a track, and I definitely feel like that if they can get all the renovations to that track, you know, and shout out to Phoenix for getting the renovations for the fans. That's of course very important to make sure that your fans are accommodated well and fixed with the up-to-date everything, up-to-date, you know, places to eat at, up-to-date garage to look at the NASCAR drivers and the pit crew, work on the cars, because that's what Phoenix does. And Phoenix has all these fan spots and this, that, and the third. Phoenix has a great facility in terms for the fans. That's why it was picked to be the finale. And I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? I don't blame NASCAR wanting a finale track to have finale-like accommodations for the fans. I don't blame them, you know, but the racing on the track just ain't the same, bro. It don't hit, bro. If y'all want entertainment, and NASCAR wants entertainment so bad, put it at a track that produces entertainment on a weekly basis. On a yearly basis is what I'm saying. Yeah. And Homestead puts on great racing, but their facility is apparently not up to date at all. Like, not up to date at all. It's like that. It still looks like 1995 in there, apparently. You know what I'm saying? And that needs to be changed. Absolutely. That needs to be changed. If they could just change that. Up to date everything, make everything modern, make everything fresh, like Phoenix did, Homestead should definitely be picked to be the finale from now on, bro. I would love for that to be the case. And plus, like, when it ends at night, you know what I'm saying? And you got the palm trees in the back and the beach type of feel down there in Florida. It's a beautiful feeling. It really is. You know, I'm not saying Phoenix doesn't have beautiful landscapes, because it does. Arizona is beautiful for their landscapes. But bro, I think Florida has just better landscape. It just has a better landscape with the palm trees and this, that, and the third. Oh my gosh. And it ends at night. Like, I miss when NASCAR championships ended at night. Ended at night. Yes. End at night. I don't see why that just changed. Probably because Phoenix has a different time zone, and they want to keep people up on the other side of the states, the U.S., and that's probably why. But I definitely feel like that. Nah, we don't need Phoenix as the finale no more. We definitely don't need that. Homestead, please. Homestead, please. Or Kansas. These are great tracks. They should be picked. Phoenix worked better when it was the race before the championship. It did. It worked better as a track when it was before the championship. You know what I'm saying? When it was the second to last race of the season. That's when it worked better, in my opinion. And that's what it could go back to. Or switch with Martinsville. You know, make Martinsville... Because Martinsville definitely does work as the race before the championship. But I think Phoenix does too. I definitely feel that way. And if they gotta put Phoenix in the playoffs somewhere, right? Put them right there. Put it right there. I don't know why they put Gateway and New Hampshire back in the playoffs, but that's just another tangent. And don't make those tracks the finale. Absolutely not. Don't do that. Absolutely not. I just thought about that. Not with this car, that is. Not with this car. So that was the end of the video. Hope y'all really got where I was coming from with this. But yeah. Move Phoenix. Please move Phoenix. I'm tired of seeing that track as the finale. I'm so sick of seeing that track as the finale track. I swear. And yeah.